everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. It's Saturday, talking a little real estate with my lovely co-host, April Coleman.
I'm back for the second time this year.
Oh, good. Glad to have you back on the Christmas edition. Is it hard to
Thanks.
believe?
It's very hard to believe.
I said, honey, you got to get in here on the show. There's only one more show before Christmas.
I know, made it happen.
How's the year just flown by?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's literally that we were talking fall. We were doing Thanksgiving stuff, and then before you know it, it's Christmas. Then it's like, it's 10 days till Christmas.
I know.
Then it's like, honey,
it's next week.
I haven't finished all my shopping.
I know.
I even maybe barely started some, but
well,
that's life. Hope you guys are doing wonderful, and thank you for tuning in as always. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name's Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty, with the real boss, April Coleman,
that's right,
in the house. And we're having a little fun, a little Christmas edition with you guys, the people, man. I always like to be with my people. I say the people, so inside joke. My daughter, when she was itty bitty, we do these, videos and radios. We've been doing this for probably going on almost 6 years. And my daughter was watching us do one of these live streaming events, right? And April knows the story. And she said, "Are you talking to the people?" And the people, I said, "Yeah, honey, I'm talking to the people." So that's inside joke. You are the people, man. Thank you guys for following us and tuning into this show. And we wouldn't have this show without you guys, with all the support, great clients, past clients, maybe people we haven't helped. That's why we do this show.
Exactly.
And I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas coming up.
Yes, definitely.
Happy holidays to all. And as we know, the time and the season has flown by.
Yes, it has.
But regardless of has it flown by, we got an opportunity coming up. Spend some time with family. Slow down. Put the cell phones down. Take an opportunity to breathe and just relax and just have a good time, and movies. And
yes,
I know there's a Christmas movie the other day that, what is it? Is it Chevy Chase?
Oh, yes. Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, I was watching that. And then, of course, my daughter loves Home Alone.
Oh, she is a big Home Alone fan.
All those movies are classics. You got to do a couple of those things.
Yes.
And guys, it's okay. It's the holidays. I stopped by my father-in-law and mother-in-law's house last night, and we're about to leave. We were telling a little story, and she said, "Well, we have some apple cake." Apple cake. I said, no. We're eating healthy over here. Before you know it, I was out the door. I said, let me get some of that apple cake.
Actually, he saw me eating a piece in the corner, trying to hide and shove it in my face.
Don't tell everybody.
And so then he said, "Oh, I think I might have a piece too."
It's what I'm saying, guys. It's the holiday season. Enjoy. Get a little food. We'll start off our New Year trends, and we'll have New Year's goals. But enjoy the holidays.
Yes.
I'm going to do it. I hope you guys do as well. Got a good show for you. Real estate market is all over the place. Feds just raised the rates yesterday. They just do them what they can to see what they can do to keep it spicy. I think
yeah.
Keep it spicy ending in
Stress everybody out.
In 2022 as we approach 2023. And we've been quite busy. Before we start the show, we got some congrats, new listings, and some solds. 1409 Zachary Thomas Lane, great cabin that we listed in Sevierville, $1.1 million. Great cash flow cabin. Still have an opportunity by the end of the year or the first of the year to cash in on that opportunity of an investment. He has two of them, and it'll be selling both of them.
Good.
2016 Blue Bonnet Drive in Knoxville. Want to check that property out. Congrats on our great friends out there on 820 Middle Creek Road in Cosby, under contract. Happy for those guys. 3920 Sellers Trail. Multiple offers. Still happens in today's market. We're making it happen. The marketing's working, guys. It still happens. Copper Valley Road, resold that again. Congrats to our great past client, Mr. Thomas. 413 Morning Drive. Great senior that we're helping. A friend of ours and a veteran. And kind of tying into this, and I'll tie into our veterans in just a second. And solds. Pastor Sieber, congrats to your property on 1502, Mr. and Mrs. Sieber on 1502 Park Lane, and then Duncan Lane actually going under contract and sold.
Good.
So we got a new program coming out, and starting at the first of the year, so I want to introduce it to you guys. It's for our veterans. Our veterans do so much for our country, past, present, and future vets, right? So we said, well, what do we need to do something special as we're closing out the end of the year? I was chatting with Nick and our team. I said, we've got to do something extra special. Not just one time a year, but do something special for our vets. So we've got a new page. You can check us out at ryancoleman.org. And I've got several of my preferred partners that are going to chip in. and put a package together, and it's a lot of savings. So whether you're buying or selling in the market, we want to give back. It's just start a little bit to give back to our veterans, all that you guys have done. We salute you guys for your service. And Mr. Lawson, we salute you for your service, veteran, and so glad to help him on one of the first closings that we've got to help with that property. So
that's great.
Great senior and great veterans. Tips off.
Love it.
The year and closes it out right. So April, what do you want to talk about today? I know it's a holiday show, but there's so much news in the real estate market. Sellers as a whole not selling as quickly as they thought. Of course, we're in the slowest part of the year. December is typically a slower time. We're really, really busy. But at the same time, this December doesn't seem like a normal December, does it?
No, it doesn't feel like a normal December. Usually Decembers, I feel like, are everybody at the end of November after Thanksgiving want to find something quickly and get in before Christmas.
Well, I always tell you that the end of the year is where most people we're going to see now coming at the end of the year, job transfers and carry on till January 2023. Exactly. 23 now. Ugh. Is that hard to believe, 23?
It is.
It's okay. It's starting to settle in 2023. But that is the typical time, and we have tremendous amount of buyers and sellers all across the U.S. I can tell you how many people that we have in our database that we're working with that is going to approach as we roll into January. But we still, as everybody across the country, is seeing the impact of the inflation. The government, like I said in the beginning part of the show, they're doing all they can to keep it spicy. I like it. Keep it spicy.
That's a good way to say it. Keep it spicy.
Right. And keep it on toes as inflation rises. Obviously, that's impacting housing. And so a lot of the interest rates now, this rate hike, just as you think the rates are coming down, we were seeing just this week prior, rates were somewhere in the 5s and the 6s. Correlation, 3, 4, 5 offers came through pretty quickly.
Oh.
And so what we're seeing is that the cost of housing that was, like you were talking before the show, the typical house was what, $300,000?
Yes.
And what's the price of it now?
$800,000.
And so the challenge where the interest rates, if it was just the interest rates going up from, let's say 3.5 to 4.5 to 5, they may be able to cover that gap. But the house, not only is the interest rates increase, the home prices has outpaced the market as well.
Correct.
And so the challenge is not only the buyers consuming a higher rate, that $300,000 house is now $800,000.
Exactly.
And April, what do you think? Are we seeing any kind of going into 2023? Are we seeing prices go down at all? Do we see inventory? What's your thought on that? I know you and I, we see that in our market, but it's easy because we're in East Tennessee and we cover our area. Right. But the whole U.S. is kind of experiencing the same kind of.
So some of the experts that cover the whole U.S. and don't just concentrate on one area like you do, they're saying that prices are coming down and they're going to see them continuing to come down just because the buyers are kind of squeezing it down. The affordability, they don't have the income like they used to, and the interest rates being, a little bit higher than they normally were. They just don't have that income ratio that they had at one point in time. So the house that they want to move up to, there's such a big, huge gap in the difference of price that they just can't afford it right now.
Well, everything's so much. I mean, now they just kind of lowered the gas, but it's just everything that we buy. I know we have a lot of properties that we're playing renovation games with, is what I call a little HGTV over here. Little DIY contractor. That's a process. Stress. That's a whole show. We do a whole show on that, guys.
Yes.
But everything is so expensive. Simple thing. April went to go get some vanities the other day, and a typical vanity that used to be $400 or $500. April, you said you saw them online for how much?
Oh, $1,000, $900.
I mean, these 800. Are 36-inch vanities, guys. These were $200 or $300 Home Depot specials or Lowe's, and you get the top. And you get the faucet and a mirror, not no more.
No,
and no more. and you take that on one piece of the puzzle, and you're watching why some of the new construction is skyrocketing.
Right.
Some of the average pricing to build is about $250. Average. Wow. $250 a square foot new construction.
Wow.
So as we have about 3,600 homes in the market now in the Knoxville market, we were at 3,900 homes. So we're seeing some of that inventory move off as we approach the end of the year, with the understanding that we know December is always the slower part of the year. You know, it's holiday season, last couple of weeks, things kind of wind down.
Yes.
A lot of our conversations are what? First of the year. But with a lot of buyers sitting on the fence, with the interest rates now increasing, how do we see that approaching kind of the first part of the market? And what do sellers need to expect as we approach the second half?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to kind of talk a little bit on the second half about, what we're going to see moving forward, what we need to do. And don't worry, don't panic, because we got all that covered and so much more as we approach into the break. Hey, guys, stay with us. Real Estate with Ryan's coming right back.
Success is achieved on the practice field. This is where I perfect my craft. It's hours of preparation to ensure that I am game ready.
Real estate's no different. It takes preparation and a solid game plan to achieve the best results.
Whether you're watching a game
Or buying or selling a home, trust your hometown experts.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. The real estate market's changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you.
All right, we're back for a break. Thank you for staying with us. I've got the lovely April Coleman,
Yes.
my wife.
Hi,
I might be a
I'm
little,
here.
I might be a little biased here, honey. My beautiful wife here with you guys on Real Estate with Ryan, Christmas edition. No other place we'd rather be with you guys, man. We appreciate
That's
you
right.
following us all year. We thank you for all you guys have done. I appreciate all the support. Clients that we've never met, we list their properties, help them. Even people that we coach, some of our kids that we coach for our daughter's basketball team, just different stuff like that. They
That's
see
fun.
us, and of course they see us on TV and stuff like that. And that's always kind of hard for me to kind of fathom. I don't even think about it. I was like, hey, I see you on TV. You out there with Hendon. I said, yeah, me and Hendon. My man Hendon.
Yeah, I know.
So we had a good year this year. And but before we get going, we got a 60-second Vol update.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
Nichols, we'll hit this real quick. Drum roll, please. All right. Next men's game, basketball, Saturday, December 17th, 10:30 p.m. against Arizona, West Coast time. Number 6, Tennessee Volunteers. How about the men's program?
That's right.
Women's are playing December 18th against Stanford at 3 p.m. Jalen Hyatt is going to the NFL
Yes. He is.
along with Cedric Tillman.
Yes.
Can't complain.
I know.
Congrats to both those young men on a terrific season. Thank them for all that they've done for the program. Best of luck, along with Hendon Hooker in their NFL career. It's going to be a great one. We're going to be excited to follow them. And that's our 60-second Vol update. Hometown
you.
Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols. All right, so we did all that. There's so much going on.
I know.
We didn't even talk about the bowl game.
Oh, man.
But we got another show.
There's
This will be
another show,
fun.
yeah.
So much to go, so much to cover. As we were talking about the real estate market and where the housing market's going, what you're to expect into December and January, and where the interest rates have softened a little bit of push with contracts,
Spiciness.
spicy. And then here comes the feds. Ho, 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 Mr. Grinch. We call the feds the Grinch.
Oh, yeah, that's
the
a good
Grinch.
idea.
That's a good idea for them, right? And they just raised them another, whole half point.
Great.
But that's okay, because inventory here in the East Tennessee market is about 3,600 homes. But buyers as a whole, what? A lot of them are on the sidelines. And they're watching to see what goes on the market, because it's not a typical December or winter market. And some of the things that me and April were chatting about before the show is that's going to cause what? Sellers to understand that the market is not the same. And where we saw spring and June, there's some things that we need to do. The things we need to do differently. Number one thing why we do this show, 100%, just like our great Vols, you want to put the best man on the field or woman on the field or team. And so when you're in this market that's changing, ever changing, you want to put your best team out there. Marketing is the number one factor in the real estate market today. That old saying, if they don't know your home's for sale,
Yes.
a lot of clients that we talk to, hey, Ryan, if you got a buyer, bring them on by. Ryan, bring them by. And when in doubt, say, well, just think about it. And if you have that buyer, you know what? You just call me. And that's an opportunity. But this market is like none other.
Yes.
We have to let them know that we're in the market. We can't be secret seller.
You have to stand out.
Seller. You got to stand out and you got to market it. The great thing about our marketing is really working, and we're attracting. There's so many people across the U.S. that are still wanting to relocate here. And I can't tell you how many people from different states, and they just ooh and ah about East Tennessee. They say, Ryan, I'm so glad I made this move, and so many things. We just helped one of our workers relocate down here, and she's just amazed by the people and how close everything is, and just so much to do. I just told her it would take a whole year to really kind of get going and really kind of put together the whole relocation. But we're here to help you. So first up, give us a call, and always can help you through that process. Now, I've got my home on the market, Ryan. What are we going to do to sell it? What should I expect as we approach 2023? Number one, we got to be realistic sellers. We got to understand the market that we're at. We're talking about having the right agent and the right team to help you, guide you through this process. Number two is watching the market. We've talked about the market for a while, what the market is doing 6 months ago or a year ago. You know, the old saying in real estate, what is sold in the last year? That really doesn't matter. It's what's selling now, what's pending. Right. So the market is what people are willing to pay today. Yes, correct. And sellers, guys, it's a home is worth what? What a buyer and a seller are willing to pay. And that's the challenging part. It is our sellers. It's Ryan. Well, I had a guy from Farragut. He says, Ryan, I follow you. And he goes, it's in Farragut and it's this price and it should have been sold. And so I understand we're not a typical season, but don't you worry. We can help you get that done. So some things that we have to do differently while all of us come into play. April, you mentioned to me kind of going into the break, some of the sellers are going to have to be open to do some different things. What are some things that they need to be open to? Well,
I think to understand that buyers are not skipping appraisals like they once were, and they're not skipping inspections. So they're not taking it as is, no inspection. They're doing appraisals. So that's one of the things. Do you think that they should be willing to pay closing costs for the buyers?
I think what we're seeing and probably what we're coming across is, a lot of sellers have transitioned from a very, very hot seller market to a kind of a cooling off, lukewarm, but still an opportunity where inventory is low. And we're seeing a lot of closing costs or different types of offers. We just rejected 2 on another deal. They were not even realistic. We're 2 or 3 days on the market, and they came $25,000 off price.
Okay.
And so there's a balance between where the property's at. You have to lean on your agent's guidance. You have to trust your agents for the right offer that you're going to make. Make sure that the pricing's right. And at the same time, you don't want to insult the seller.
Exactly.
Because in this market, don't think it's all doom and gloom. We're moving property left and right and still getting multiple offers. We're just not getting them as much as we usually are.
So buyers are not paying full price, or they are paying full price?
It depends on where the property's at.
Okay.
So we're getting some full price, but do expect that there may be some closing cost. Closing cost is going to be related to what? Number one, the interest rates.
Yes.
We have a lot of buy downs and things like that. And so expect some closing cost. Consider all offers. And I'm going to tell you, and we're going to kind of go into this Christmas session here at the very end before we get off here, but sellers, be open to the offers that come in. Look at them, see if they make sense. Get with your agent or get with us to make sure we can help you make the right decision to counter back. Yes. I always say, if you have an offer that comes on the table, take your time and do counter. Because when somebody has made you an offer, even if it's not exactly what you want, April, they still are telling you they want to buy your home.
Right.
But you've got to get together with your agent or our team and help you decide on what's the right guidance.
Do some
negotiation. Because remember, the news media says, hey, the market's changed, all this is doom and gloom, and the buyers are going to come in and make a lower offer. That doesn't mean it's their best offer. That's just the offer that they're making.
That's true.
Some tips to do. So we got a little Christmas thing we're talking about. I hope you guys are enjoying our show. But, Christmas season with you guys and the family, what's important to you guys as we wind? Is there any kind of special tradition? April, what's important to you in Christmas time? Other than family, is there a favorite song or something you like to do during Christmas that is special?
I like to do a lot of things during Christmas, but mostly, Mariah Carey and her Christmas album, for whatever reason, I love that album.
That thing gets played. I think,
Her old
hey,
album.
I saw something. She was making all kinds of bank. Every
telling
time
you.
it's played, that she just gets a little deposit in,
I know.
in her bank account.
So I love playing the Mariah Carey,
Okay.
turning those tunes up and baking and just going around the Christmas tree, hanging up ornaments. I just love doing that with the kids.
I think going
that's fun.
Christmas time for me, and I was always that time of, it seems like it doesn't matter as a guy how much you've done, there'll be that last minute shopping. And I mean,
Always.
it's the last minute at the mall somewhere you didn't get it.
On Christmas Eve.
Frantic. As much as I would plan, I'd say, hey, well, that's not it. But then, it's just that time where I think the morning where we open our presents, kids are in pajamas, we're fighting dogs, and you got cameras out and different stuff that we try to record those special moments. That's a fun time for me.
Yes.
And then I love my people calling, but usually on Christmas they don't call as much, and everybody's spending time with their family. So it's time for all of us to spend time with our families. So that's true. They're special times.
I know.
What else?
Dressing up as Santa? Are you gonna do that?
Don't say that. So last year I dressed up as Santa for my little babies. And my son was, I think, what was he?
Little.
1.5. He's itty bitty. And my daughter, it was so funny. It was so funny. So I was a Santa, and she wasn't sure. I came in the back door. She didn't know. But I didn't change my shoes. Don't laugh. I didn't change my shoes. I had loafers on, or I had like brown shoes. You could tell. And she was just looking at me, all really kind of like investigative mode.
Yes.
CSI mode. And she just kept looking at me, and she said, when she was done, she said, "Daddy, I knew it was you."
It's the shoes.
It's the shoes. I said, "No, it wasn't Daddy. I wasn't Santa, honey." She said, "No, I knew it was your shoes. It was your brown shoes."
And I told him to change.
To this day, she will say, "Are you going to be Santa?" But now she wants me to be Santa.
With black shoes.
With black shoes for Isaac. So those are our special times. As we close out, we wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and happy holidays to all. Spend time with your family. Appreciate you watching us. And God bless. Have a great Christmas. And we'll see you next week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.